is being worked on. Looks like it might rain. It's a miserable ass weather, man, but nonetheless we've got the sander out. I've got 2 grits, so 120 and then 240. So that's going to help me get rid of a lot of these rough edges and tidy it up going all the way along. Got a laptop in here, got a speaker in here, we've got it wired up. We're going to listen to some music and crack on with some work, but I'm going to explain how to finish this off really nicely so you get like a really smooth finish as well as like a good surface that you can either stain or paint. Because obviously this isn't, I mean it's decent ply, but the finish isn't the greatest. So I'm going to work on these cupboards here. We'll work on this cupboard here, and then I'm going to do the top of this unit because those are the 3 main areas that I'm going to be staining this evening. I'm going to show you how to do it kind of step by step. If I get some time, I'm going to start building up the cupboards for, the cupboard doors for these cupboards, and then the door for this as well. So hopefully I can crack on, get a good amount done, but that's what we're working on, man. This is the 120 grit. Obviously the lower the number, the more harsh it is. So I'm going to start off by just facing off the edge, and then I'm going to go into the corners, make sure that all looks nice. So yeah, I guess we get started, right? So something to bear in mind is you don't want to go obviously too hard, because this is a high abrasive grit. You don't want to put too much pressure. So on the edges where it's quite thin, obviously I'm putting some edging on this anyway, but you just want to knock back any of the, essentially the rough areas. So it's like a quick pass, it's nothing too serious, and then we go down to the 240 grit. Apart from getting a little splinter, that's kind of what we're looking to do. So I'm going to do the underneath as well in the same fashion, and then I'll knock it down to 240 grit. Right, so that's 120 grit done. As you can see, it's kind of taken away the nice rough edges. I can now run my finger along there without getting any splinters, which is kind of the idea. I'm going to do this all the way along. I'm going to time lapse it real quick. Then I can knock it down to the 240 grit, and then I can start staining it. But yeah, we're going to do a time lapse. You can see kind of the overall process. Boom. So as I said, I'm going to bump it up to 240 grit to get that smoother finish. Makes it more of like a higher quality job. Okay, so I'm also doing this countertop. So this is where the sink and the stove is going to be. So I'm just going to sand it. This is going to require quite a lot more sanding because it's a bit worse quality, but yeah, let's get it. Right, so now it's time to do first layer or first coat of this stuff. That is all you need. Simple, cheap and easy off of Amazon. It's like, I don't know, I think it was like 15 quid for a paintbrush and some stain. And that should do everything that I needed to in here. Done some staining, so you can see it's coming up pretty nice. Obviously this edging is going to be covered, so I'm not too bothered about that. And now that this is starting to dry, you can really see the grain of the wood. So I think it looks really cool, man. I'm panicking, man. 2 weeks, less than, till I leave. And we have so much to do. It's going to be literally a battle against the clock to get it done. So yeah, enjoy the manicness of this build. Right, I'm doing some painting because I'm losing my mind and I need to do something productive, and I chose a sick colour. It's like a cream. It's actually called, what's this stuff here? Coastal Glow. Exceptional. Yes, people, what's going on? So I just finished up the second coat of paint. So you can kind of see I've edged in. There's a little bit like right there. It needs a little bit more around the corners, but generally it's a really nice contrast from the darker wood to that cream. So it's turned out kind of how I expected it to, or how I hoped it would. And then, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but with the dark stain, I didn't actually realise that you had to buff it off afterwards. It was my bad. But what I've done is I've actually just sanded off the top layer. It's created a really cool effect, so you can see the grain of the wood. So I'm just giving it like a final, I guess, sand down, and then I'm going to varnish all of the dark wood. So I'm giving this a good sand down, so you can see a lot more of the like the texture of the wood along there as well. And then obviously this countertop as well. So I'm just gonna do a bit of sanding now, and then a first coat of varnish on the entirety of this kitchen countertop thing, and let's hope it turns out as good as I hope it does. As you can see, with that kind of gloss finish, it is a satin finish, so once it dries it's going to be sick, man. Look at that, amazing. That's drying. As you can see, it looks a little bit patchy, but that's where the varnish is just soaking into the wood. So I went and had a little bit of lunch to refuel the brain, and now I'm going to be working on this section up here. I've got my laptop in there, I'm going to be listening to some music, and yeah, just working on sanding these sections down to make them look really cool, and then varnish them up. So yeah, that's what we're doing, man. Right, that's first coat done. So as you can see, it's like, well, I'll just do a close up. You just kind of like see all of the grain of the wood, which just looks super, super cool. So it's like a bit of a rustic, I don't know, like weathered type look. Obviously I'll show you the finished product, but I just want to kind of get some bits done. So a little bit of a time lapse, a little bit of work getting done. Paint is pretty much done. Obviously I've got to do the ceiling still, but I wanted to get this kind of on its way. I want to do obviously the underneath as well, as the underneath is literally just yeah, just not done yet, but I'm waiting for the paint to completely dry, so then I can obviously mask the wall where the paint is and then varnish the underside, but at least that's the face done now. So I actually started building this bench seat a few days before doing the painting and also the varnishing. The idea was to have a storage area that doubled up as obviously seating, but could also then be used as a sleeping area on the off chance that anybody were to stand there and it isn't just me or the missus. So I used a little bit of 2x4 to create the frame, which was really easy to do, and then faced it off with the same ply that I used for the walls and the ceiling. And then I had some more 12mm marine ply, which is the same stuff that I used for the top of the kitchen unit. So yeah, put that together with some hinges, so then it would kind of tie the living area in together quite nicely. Obviously wanted to have that kind of versatility within this small kind of living space. So a place for the toilet, a place for, you know, golf clubs, whatever you could use the space for, whether that be, you know, tools or any miscellaneous items, chairs, maybe a gazebo, all that sort of stuff. So that's just putting it together, which I thought was a really good addition. But that's it for this video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you managed to get this far in the video, leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe. Any of those types of support is really, really appreciated. But in the next couple of episodes, it's real crunch time. So watch out for the next one that's going to drop in a couple of days' time. I know my uploads have been really infrequent, but I'm going to do my best whilst traveling to get those uploaded. Anyway, guys, peace out. See you on the next one.